Good afternoon, everybody. Thank you all for being here. My name is Mark Peake. I'm the state senator from the 8th Senate District and chairman of the Republican Party of Virginia. We don't have audio. There's audio. Everybody have audio? Now we've got audio. Thank you all for coming out here. Our Lieutenant Governor, Madam President, has called this press conference. You might be wondering, why are we here on October 28th at the state capitol? We're here at the invitation of the Democrats in the Senate and the House of Delegates. And why do they have us here? They have us here to get Madam Lieutenant Governor off the campaign trail. And why do they want to get Winsome Earle-Sears off the campaign trail?
But she's winning.
Winning.
Yeah.
Did y'all see that debate? Did y'all see that debate? That's why they want her off the campaign trail. She mocked the debate stage with that Democrat candidate. They want her off the stage. They've got a ticket that is low energy and low enthusiasm. We have the momentum behind us.
That's right.
After that debate, the Lieutenant Governor candidate won't even debate our Lieutenant Governor. 10 invitations he's given to her. Afraid to come debate our Lieutenant Governor candidate. Right now what they're trying to do, calling us into special session, can't be done. They know it can't be done. Almost 1 million people have already voted in this election. At best, they will have a constitutional amendment here on Friday. With over 1 million people having voted, that cannot be an intervening election. In addition, they have not posted this amendment that they haven't passed yet, that they hope to pass on Friday, for 3 months at county courthouses, which the Constitution requires. They know they can't do this. They know it is unconstitutional, and yet they are bringing us here, and that is because their campaign, and they know it, has no enthusiasm from their base. They're trying to gin up a little enthusiasm. It isn't working. The enthusiasm is with us, the momentum is with us, and the people realize it. Thank you all for coming out here. I will now introduce you to the next Lieutenant Governor for the Commonwealth of Virginia, John Reed.
I'm not Lieutenant Governor yet. I'm running. I hope to be here in January, but let me tell you that I hope to be here in January to do the right thing for the people of Virginia. And my call today is for decency and respect of the people of the Commonwealth of Virginia. The people of this state, and I had a front row seat for it as a journalist and a commentator, made it very clear that this was not acceptable. That this type of behavior, this partisanship, is not what the people of Virginia want. And I have been to respect the will of the people of Virginia as expressed at the ballot box. I accept their judgment on Election Day. I accept their judgment when it comes to how they want to organize the state. And they made it very clear just 5 years ago, they don't want the petty partisanship. They don't want the ugliness. They don't want politicians drawing their own lines. That should be very clear, and Democrats and Republicans should respect that. I'm a native Virginian. This is my home state. I grew up here. I've been coming to the Capitol since I was a child. I am the son of a legislator who spent 18 years debating this issue with people. And I was a journalist covering the actions that took place in this Capitol. And the last 8 years, I had a lot to say about everything that happened in these walls. If you have attended any of my events across the state, I've said that I want to be reasonable. This is not reasonable. I've said I want to be responsible. What is happening today is not responsible. I've said I want to be respectful. And believe me, this is not respectful. It's not respectful to the people of Virginia. It's not respectful to our lieutenant governor, who is traveling the state, legitimately seeking the next office as governor. It's not respectful to the members of the legislature. And the most important thing that I've expressed to everybody across the Commonwealth is I want to be fair. Do you think that what's happening here today is fair? It is not. It is not fair. We have a part-time legislature in Virginia, which requires the members of the Senate and the House to make some judgments, to make some decisions, to prioritize what they want to achieve, and to arrive here in January after an election with their priorities in order. Not to come back in October. Not to call themselves back in October and overturn the will of the people. I will stand with the people of Virginia as a citizen, as a candidate, and if I'm lucky enough to be lieutenant governor, as lieutenant governor. And let me just say, I hope that Senator Hashmi will actually show up at the Capitol today, since she doesn't show up for anything else. She's barely been campaigning. She won't do a debate. So I had to go and debate an AI bot, since she refuses to debate. Let's see if she will do her job. And can I tell you, as someone who has lived in Chesterfield County, her job is to represent her constituents who made it very clear they don't like what the Democrats are doing today. They want nonpartisan representation at the Capitol. And I appreciate the chance to talk to you. Madam Lieutenant Governor, don't you worry. I'll be out on the campaign trail for you for the next 4 days.
Well, all right. Apparently some people are sort of upset. But you know, it's okay, because they forget. You all forget back there, Democrats, that I'm the one who's from another country.
That's right.
And I appreciate protest. This is music to my ears. So you all continue to do your protest. My fellow Virginians, when I raised my hand and took an oath to serve as your lieutenant governor, I made a promise to defend your rights, your voice, and your Commonwealth above all else. That is why I am standing here today, not as a candidate, not on the campaign trail, but as your lieutenant governor, fulfilling my oath to speak for the people in our great Senate chamber and to defend the principles that make Virginia strong. It is interesting to me that, you know, my side never does this. We never do that. We never do this. We don't crash other people's party. But we respect the right, but we don't do it. Today, Democrats in our General Assembly are calling this special session not to serve the people, no, but to serve themselves. That I've also seen in another country. They want to dismantle the very independent redistricting commission that Virginians voted for in a bipartisan majority just in 2019. That commission was born out of a rare moment of unity when Democrats and Republicans alike agreed that voters, imagine that, should choose their own representatives and not the other way around. Many Democrats, in fact, stood proudly for that reform, knowing it was and still is the right thing to do. Those Democrats had the courage to rise above party politics, and I urge them today to do the same now. Virginians are watching. Stand firm, Virginians. Stand firm for fairness. And to those Democrats who voted and championed the will of the people, where more than 2/3 of voters said they don't want gerrymandered districts, stand for your own word, Democrats. I know this pressure is coming from Washington insiders and Abigail Spanberger. What we are seeing today is the worst kind of political backtracking, an attempt to grab power by erasing the voter's voice. The same politicians who once celebrated this commission, the Independent Redistricting Commission, are now trying to abolish it. Why? Because they cannot control it. That is not leadership. That is arrogance. These Democrats, again, had nothing but praise for the commission. I'll give you none other than Senator Louise Lucas, who called it an equitable, transparent, and bipartisan process. I also give you Congressman Don Beyer, who said gerrymandering is cheating. I also give you Senator Mamie Locke, who said Virginians have told us, therefore, loud and clear that they want voters to choose their legislators, not the other way around. So, what changed? Indeed. Well, Abigail Spanberger is on record publicly just this summer promising she would not take up redistricting. I similarly said the very same thing, that I would not take up redistricting. I made the same pledge. But, lo and behold, here we are with the party that she leads calling a special session to do exactly that. And it's costing you, the taxpayer, $750,000 at least for this little sideshow of Abigail Spanberger. If you don't know, on Wednesday last, Abigail Spanberger and the House Democrats each took $150,000, their caucus did, from the National Democratic Redistricting Commission. 24 hours later, Democrats, surprise, surprise, called a special session to gerrymander our great Virginia. Abigail Spanberger sold out Virginians for $150,000. We now know she has a price. Abigail cares about Abigail, not Virginia. But, you know who's smart? The voters of Virginia. They can see this for what it is. Democrats are terrified. They know that our Attorney General, Jason Miyares, John Reed, our nominee, and myself, and every other Republican up and down the ballot have the right ideas. It's no surprise that this political power grab would come 1 week before an election. Virginians, my friends, deserve transparency, fairness, and integrity in their elections. They deserve to know that no matter who holds office, their vote will count the same as everyone's.
Amen.
So I have left the campaign trail because it is my duty to be here in this building with the People's Senate. I gave my word to fight for Virginians, to defend their rights and their honor, and that is exactly what I'm doing. I did it when I was still a Jamaican citizen, when I joined the United States Marine Corps. I gave my oath to protect and defend. I did it when I then became a citizen. I did it again when I was elected first to this body, and I did it again as lieutenant governor. Because in the end, all I have is my good name. This, my friends, is not about party, it's about principle. The voters created the Independent Redistricting Commission. Only the voters have the right to decide its future, not gerrymandering Democrats. So, let us remember who we serve, and it is Virginians. Let us remember who sent us here, Virginians. Let us remember that in Virginia, the people always come first, not politicians. I have not come back. I have not come back into politics after being gone for 20 years to serve myself. So, thank you all. God bless you, and may God bless our great Commonwealth of Virginia. Chairman, come with me. Mr. Chairman. All right, 3 questions, because I've got to go do my duty. Yes, sir.
Ma'am, as it stands right now, are there any legal recourses or any procedural recourses to stop this from happening? And what would be your response to Democrats saying, well, you wouldn't have done this here in Virginia had you all not started it in Texas?
Okay, so the people of Virginia spoke. The people of Virginia spoke and said, this is not what we want, what they, the Democrats, are about to do. The voice of the people of Virginia matter, not elsewhere. We need to stick to Virginia. Mr. Chairman, you want to say something?
What's the difference between us and Texas is we have a constitution that we just adopted that every Democrat who is here still voted in favor of. And they're trying to change our Constitution, and they're violating the Constitution by trying to do it this way. That's where we're different.
Wait, one more.
Ma'am, would you accept the result of Virginia's constitutional amendment that it goes through?
Well, the people have to make that decision, but it is not in its proper form. It is not in its proper process. It is not in any way, shape, or form legal. So what we're not going to do is speculate on what is not properly before us. One more question. Yes.
How does this affect you on the campaign trail as well as the Attorney General not being able to be out there talking to voters?
So, you know, it's terrible because people want to see the people that are, you know, asking them to vote for them. They want to hear from us, from our own mouths, what it is that we're about. They want to touch us and, you know, all that good stuff. And unfortunately, I can't do it. But you know who can? Abigail Spanberger is still going to be able to be on the campaign trail. That's if she's not in her basement on Zoom doing those. It's ridiculous. It is a terrible power grab. It's a terrible look. And by the way, as we all know, this race, the world is watching. And what are we saying to the world? That if you don't like a constitutional amendment that the people have voted for, just get rid of it. So now, will it be, Mr. Chairman, that all of our constitutional amendments are up for grab to change at the will of politicians, the Democrats? Is that what we're looking at?
We're not going to let it happen.
No, it shall never happen, not under my watch, not under our current elected body's watch. It will never happen. The will of the people must prevail.
Yes.
All right, thank you all for coming. I've got to go do my work. Thank you.
Thank you for asking both the questions everyone wanted to ask. I appreciate that. Yep.
Hey, Owen, can you pop off?
Yeah, let's quit with your team. Yeah, let's get inside. That's fine.